You've talked a lot about the character of this team and various weeks throughout the regular season. To come up with that victory, I mean, run out of words to describe some of the guys out there?
Oh, come on. Never a doubt, was there? No, that was, I've been extremely fortunate to have coached Jon Cooper through the minors and now in the NHL. And it was clearly a huge team effort tonight because there was no room out there at all. But those guys took the game over in the last 5 minutes, and it just seemed on the bench, the guys were never really down, even though it was 2-0 and we weren't getting a chance. It was a really positive vibe on the bench with everybody, and it just, I think we've gone probably 8 periods without scoring a goal in this building. But as soon as we got that one, we grew a couple inches on the bench. It was like a weight off our shoulders, and clearly the game changed at that moment. We scored that goal, and you could just tell our guys had a fire on them that was not going to be put out, and it was a hell of an effort.
Coop, what were your thoughts when you guys were down 2-0 late, and what was the message going into overtime?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really disrupt much going into overtime. Our vibe was really positive going in, so I stayed out of the way. They put themselves in a position to win that hockey game, and everyone knew what the job that had to be done, and they went up and did it. And I can't be more proud of that group in there.
How big was the loss of Glendening for them when you freed up the Johnson wing?
Very astute observation by you. Glendening's I've watched him in the minors. I've watched him play when they unfortunately beat us in the Calder Cup, and he's, I don't know how to describe, he's just an extremely responsible player, and there's not a lot of guys out there like the Glendenings. He's done a heck of a job on our guys, and to lose a player that plays an extremely important role for them. We look back now because we came back to win the game, so it potentially was a huge factor, but he's a good player for them, and so there's no question it had an effect, because the triple line there, the first one, I'm not so sure if he'd be out there on the 4-on-4, maybe he would have been, but they just had a vibe going when that first one went in, and for him not to be around, I'm sure there's a little bit of an effect.